Hello, my name is Tolu and I'm here with another, would I say video production video? Nah, it's not video production. I'm going to be talking about a product, a microphone to be specific, that I've been using for quite a while now. So let's just call it a review after like a year of use. It's the BOYA WM80 microphone. If you've never seen it before, this is what it looks like. This is what we'll be reviewing or talking about in some minutes. This is what the case looks like. After I think some months of buying this, one of my staffs mistakenly pulled this guy out, and I can't remember if it was damaged, but yeah, I had to fix this back the other way and mark it to make sure it's always opened in one direction. Okay, so flipping it open now, and that's for the case. It comes in a hard case, and this, I mean, you could see it's dusty and, you know, has scratches all over it. It's traveled a lot and it's really, really durable. And aside the lock, I don't think I've had any issues with it. The locks are actually fine, just was opened from a wrong direction. I'm going to flip it open now, and this is what the content looks like. This is a receiver for the two transmitters. There are two transmitters in there that you can connect your microphone to. So imagine having a show where you have two speakers. This works perfectly okay. This is an awesome thing to have in your kit. So you have a 3.5 to a 3.5. You can use this to connect your receiver into your DSLR camera. There's also a 3.5 to XLR. So you could connect this to maybe your field recorder or let's say mixer or any other thing, depending on the instance or, you know, scenario where you're using this. This microphone came with a would I say quote and unquote plasticky-ish, I hope you're saying this correctly because of the focus. So this clip was a little bit of a plastic-ish that came with the box. So what you see right now is something I got separately from the package. The original one got broken not long after I purchased the microphone. You can get this online on eBay or Amazon, AliExpress, or, you know, wherever. You can purchase this, and it took quite some time, almost 2 months or so, 3 months. I don't know why it took that long, but I purchased this, a couple of them, to replace both of them on the microphone. So aside that, these guys work really well. Of course, it comes with a wind muffler or protection, whatever you call it. Two of them actually, I have no idea. 2 or 3 of them, I have no idea where the remaining one is. I'm not that careless though. Anyways, so let's go on. So this also comes in the box. It's for you connecting the microphone into your mobile phone. So I could plug this directly into my mobile phone. Of course, that would be for mobile phones that use this kind of jack and the 3.5mm jack, and on this side you plug in the microphone. Obviously you can use this for iPhones, I think from X upwards, no, from 7 upwards, unless you're using a converter. I however do not know if it works okay with the converter, but well, it's in there in case you want to use it. All right, that said, these guys are awesome to use. The body is very, very plasticky. Like I don't know if I mentioned that before, but it's made of plastic, and it's not. Would I say it's not really strong? Like a lot of people call me sometimes if I want to rent this out. I often give them a negative answer because I just feel this thing is too light, or it's very delicate and it could spoil if not well taken care of. So I'll give you an example why I say this isn't a little very strong. So I'm going to pull this out, and you would notice that these guys are made of plastic. This is the tray to hold the battery, and it fits quite well or firm into the case. But another thing, before I go forward, before I mention that other thing, I'm going to use this particular one for to tell you how is it light or not strong these guys are. If I take out, now for me, what I did with this guy is to make sure that I have, or I developed, or will I say I just follow a sequence once I'm loading batteries into this, just to make sure I do not have a repeated break of the battery tray. So for this battery tray, I don't know if you can, okay, you should be able to see that this is broken, and I would show you why this must have happened. So to take out the battery, I'm going to take this one out first, this empty space. I'm going to push this guy out first. One, and I'm going to push this from the bottom. Two. Okay, yeah, this is the break right here. So very light, can break easily. Now, because of the way this is built, if you push in battery this way, you would notice that it does not freely go in, and you would also notice that it starts to expand the plastic. Of course, this is exactly how it got broken in the first place. So the sequence I use to load battery into this to make sure that this guy is kept safe all the time, because I have no idea if it's broken, I've got no idea where I'm going to get another one. So the sequence is, first of all, you put in this inner one head first, positive first, and you will notice that this slides in easily. And second, push in the spring and put the battery in. And you will notice that while doing this, I mean, you would feel it that, you know, it's all good. Now, to bring the batteries out, you just reverse the sequence. Take this guy out first. Just simply pull this guy out first, one. Then second, push this guy from the bottom, and you're good. Always follow that sequence, else you're going to experience this. This is how I've kept the other ones from breaking. This didn't break with me, was once with someone I rented this out to, and kind of like why I stopped giving this out, just to make sure this product does last for my own personal production. So the microphones are really, you know, I won't say durable, but you know, the build is it's fair enough for the price point. I mean, it's a really cheap mic if you have to compare you buying a Sennheiser microphone. So this also comes inside the box, and you can use this to, if you put this at the back, you can use this to mount the microphone on your DSLR camera easily, or your cage, right? The build is fair enough, like I said, for the price point. The BOYA in comparison with the Sennheiser, because in most cases that's kind of like a go-to microphone, but for its price point, people often kind of like just look for alternatives. But you really cannot compare the quality of the BOYA and the Sennheiser microphones. Okay, so going further now, aside the mount on the back, the body plasticky, the receiver rather has the button on the side, which it's used for the power. And for this other guys, you're going to have power for, yeah, on the top. So let's do transmitter first. So for the transmitter, you're going to have one microphone here. There's a power button here. One microphone goes in here, and you have line in. I'll tell you why I've found this very, very, very useful over time. And of course, one transmitter is going to be A, like you can see here. The other is going to be B, and you have to set the channels to match the ones on the receiver to make sure the channels. And mind you, if you have any of these two transmitters, if they have the same channel, it's going to go off, I think, or it's not go off, rather it's going to clash or interfere. Let me use the word interfere. The audio you're receiving you would have interference or a little bit of static in it. Okay, so that said, you're going to have a little bit of noise in it if you have the same channel. So it's important you check both of them and make sure that the channels, you know, are different from each other, A and B. Good. Coming back to the receiver, On the receiver, I find this very useful also in terms of trying to troubleshoot things. So I have a headphone jack right on here, and I have a line out. So having a transmitter on one end sending me audio here, I receive here, and I can plug in my headphone and make sure that audio is getting here. I say it's very useful for troubleshooting because half the time when I'm doing my live streams and maybe audio goes off or something funny happens, it's easy for me to just put in my headphone, make sure that the sound is okay right here, and of course rule this out and know that my microphone isn't the problem. The Sennheiser is a wonderful microphone, but it does not have this function. So this added function is awesome to have as an addition on the microphone or on this wireless kit. Coming to the transmitter once more, I can put in my microphone, and at the same time I could for example, I know this might not be entirely useful for some people, but it's something I've used before and it was very, very, very useful to me. So I had my microphone fixed into this port, and in this other port I had my mobile phone play some light music in the background, and taking my audio out of here, I have everything mixed in as one source. Of course, you have to go back and forth to make sure that the music is not interfering with what you're doing, but for the purpose of what I why I wanted to use it for as at that time, it worked perfectly okay. Which also means that you can actually kind of like will I say wire in extra audio source into this other line in jack. Other things I could say about this microphone is the range. Now I've used this once within 100-meter range, and within 100-meter range, once it has interference, it wasn't quite. Now when I say interference, now I'm talking about walls or people standing. It was a little bit funny because I actually had people, I was in an open space and I had people standing, and the microphone transmitter was behind a PA system where I plugged it into. For some reason I did not get clear audio. I had to kind of like go back and find a longer jack, not the type that comes with it. This is very short, not this type that comes with it. I had to find a longer 3.5 to 3.5 mm mil jack and raise it all the way up above the PA system, just to make sure there's a clear line of sight between the receiver and the transmitter. Aside that, I really have tried this on a longer range without any obstacle in between, and I think it does a lot longer than 100 meters. The clarity of the audio is awesome as long as the channels are well checked and they are separate. The quality of audio, like I said, I can't compare the sound in here with the sound on the Sennheiser, but this does awesomely fine for small productions and in-house use. This isn't for big time users like concerts and big events. For some reason it just won't perform, it just won't hit it, perhaps because of the distance, perhaps because in such events you have a lot of wireless signals going around, but that won't just hit it. But for small productions, in-house shows, for your podcast, for your web series and your YouTube videos, this works a whole lot okay. And considering the price point, this, as at the time I got it, was less than $200. I can't really say how much it is right now, but I don't think it should be far from that. The clip at the back of this is I can't say sometimes it actually does fall off, so I kind of like don't rely on it. Most times I just kind of like drop it in, whoever needs to use it, I just drop it in their pocket. So yeah, for the price point, this performs wonder. I found this very, very useful in different scenarios, not just for my video production. Well, for video production, yes, and for live stream services also. Sometimes it's to collect audio from long distances wirelessly and connect it to my camera or connect it to my mixer, depending on where the audio guy or the audio engineers this saved me a lot of money by, not buying the Sennheiser. I'm not saying the Sennheiser isn't good, but like I said, for the price point and for people who are looking for cheap alternative to using the Sennheiser, this works fine for your small production. This won't do well, I say once more, for bigger set. You may use it, and I'm not saying it's not going to work for bigger production. It may work in your own scenario, but taking it out on a really large scale and trying to push the limits out there, just be prepared to have alternative just in case. Yeah, one more thing. The battery, well, I can't say much about the battery, but moderately the device uses battery okay. So what I have in here are Eneloop batteries, Panasonic Eneloops, and I purchased quite a few of them. Oops, missed my sequence. This is one and this is two. So what I have here are Eneloop batteries that from Panasonic. I have almost 15 of them, and I purchased them specifically because of these microphones, just to make sure I can recharge them. Aside that, what you could do is have Energizers or Duracells. Those would do just fine also. Unlike the Rode microphone I tested once, they're wireless video kits that I used once. It drained battery so fast that I really was wondering what was going on. Having such in your kit and you're going out for a shoot and it's draining that much battery, imagine how much battery you have to kind of like have in your bag. So this is moderately okay as long as your Eneloops are well charged. You have some Duracell batteries on you. This is just awesome. Now, this is not a paid video. Nobody sent me this. This is my own personal review of this product I've been using for a year plus now. So if you have any questions, I know I kind of like went through this almost in a haphazard way, but if you have any question and or if you feel there's anything I missed, you could actually drop it in the comment section, and I will try my best to answer your questions. This is not a paid video once more. Neither the Duracell, BOYA, or Panasonic Eneloop pay me for this. This is just a personal thing. And if you need any other opinion, of course, like I said, drop a message, and don't forget to like, share the video, and please subscribe. It encourages me to do more videos. Adios.